Man claiming he's a woman launches a bid for Congress. Donald Trump fired me not because of my performance, but because of who I am.
Reaching the rank of colonel. But then, Donald Trump fired me. Not for my performance, but because of who I am.
Who you are is a performance.
And too many Americans are afraid of what the federal government will do to them instead of being confident in what it can do for them. So that's why I'm running for Congress, to make opportunity affordable, to protect our basic rights, and ensure we have a government that works for you.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work, babe. Sorry. Liverpool white woman protests Donald Trump at Target by filling up a cart with $400 worth of items but doesn't buy anything.
Hi. No, because we're not actually gonna buy all of this. We just loaded up our carts. We're protesting Trump administration and this.
Where's the line between protesting and just being a fucking swamp hag, as Asmongold would say? That's just being moronic. That's not protesting. That's not sending a message. That's just being a dick. Fuck you. Somali and Afghan refugees in Texas want to ban Americans from eating pork and drinking beer because Allah has decided so.
The religion of Islam by selling and distributing products that are against the religion, because we should love what Allah loves and we should hate what Allah hates. This is what we're here for. And
I gotta love the red beard with the red hat.
little by little, one by one, we're going to be visiting all of the stores in the neighborhood, particularly the inner city neighborhoods where the religion of Islam is ignored by not only.
You're not ignored. You're tolerated. And when you push the line and go over the line of toleration and you become to put... What's the best way to put this? America is a accepting land. If you want to be Muslim, you can be Muslim. You can be there. You can follow your religious beliefs. You can choose not to gamble, not to drink alcohol, not to eat pork. But if you try and push that onto other people, if you try and push your religion onto other people in a country that is vehemently Christian, that's when you're not in Europe. You will find out what happens. The Americans have guns. It's if there's any one place that you shouldn't do this, I'm gonna say it's America, because they will not stand for shit. BlackRock country avoid massive immigration with a better position in the future. Well, yeah. The problem is, the more you accept other cultures into your society, the more you dilute your own culture and you lose your sense of self. And people have a strength and they want to defend something when they have that sense of self. If you've got a country where you have your morals, you have your principles, everyone follows the same thing and everyone has the same culture, you want to defend that. You can find pride in it. But when your country is 50% one, 50, 20% another, 20% another, and it's so divided by people that follow different things, different cultures, different beliefs. You may have a war where you want all your country to come together to defend that country, but there might be some people that don't want to because the country doesn't stand for what they believe in anymore. It's kind of a hard place to go, hard thing to think about. Islamic scholar in the UK is very angry and threatens to rip out the tongue of anyone who dares to criticise Islam and Muhammad. Infidels are getting too comfortable around Muslims and we are ready for mortal combat.
You have to defend the honor of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's too many people that are getting comfortable with saying derogatory things about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everyone who tries to slander the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam must know that in the presence of a Muslim, you cannot say this because you risk getting your tongue ripped out of your mouth.
Your prophet was a paedophile. Fuck you. Right, what's next? These guys interfere, fly foreign flag, right? Call disruption, be disrespectful in your surroundings, not a problem. God forbid you fly the British flag. That's a problem. Bit loud. Got all the other flags, yeah. Oh yeah, well, you'll never see the UK flag flown unless it's an actual march for the UK. But if anyone marches or protests on behalf of the UK, you're instantly a white supremacist and you're an Islamophobe, you're sexist, you're against gays and LGBTQ. No, no, no. It's now something actually I wanted to check was there's been another shooting, hasn't there? No, I want to search. Person shot in Minneapolis today by Border Patrol pulled a gun beforehand. The man also had 2 loaded magazines. Did they shoot him in this?
They fucking kill that guy? Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Let me put this off the stream a second.
Oh shit. What the fuck? They killed him? Did they fucking kill that guy? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Not again. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. So he does get shot. You don't see any blood or anything, but you see him flop over, so I'm not going to put that on the screen. But yeah, he had a gun and had magazines and that. Go out with a weapon, fight with border police. It ain't going to go well for you. Oh, well, shit. Chaos at the scene in the Border Patrol involved shooting in Minneapolis. How the Insurrection Act doesn't get involved at this point beyond me. Yep. The gunman lost his life because Tim Waltz and his media propaganda. He lost his life because of his own stupidity. At the end of the day, if you're going somewhere where there's heightened tensions anyway, so America's really heightened tensions about all this ICE stuff and the immigration and the border and everything. If you go somewhere with these tensions and you bring a firearm with you, and you go somewhere where you know there are federal agents, all of which are wielding weapons, wielding guns, and you choose to be confrontational, you gotta accept that you might end up being shot. You're putting your life on the line. This is the repercussions of your actions. You can't get shot because of what you do and then fall back and go, make me a martyr. It's your own fault. Yeah, I don't want to show that. I drew a gun on them and defensive shots were fired. Nothing less, expected increased unrest. Well, yep, there's going to be some fucking shit going on now. Oh, God. He maybe he went to show them he had a gun. Maybe he did something, but he's made the wrong action. They've seen he's had a gun. It's illegal to carry one without a permit, but he wouldn't even show ID. Apparently, he didn't have ID. And they've shot him in defence just in, you know. The problem is you can't wait for someone to do something to then have a justified reaction to it. You can't wait until you get shot to justify shooting back. Sometimes there aren't time for these questions, and that needs to be taken into account. You always have to take, people look at this from an outside perspective and they don't look at it from the human element. They see it, like I can see it now, and I can sit here with a calmer head and I can see it, and in the moment go, oh, well, you know, maybe he was just reaching to try and get an ID. Maybe he was reaching for something else. You can't specifically say. But in the moment when you're there in such a high heat thing, you've got someone on the ground fighting with your fellow colleagues, you've got people all around you recording, you've got other protesters, people yelling at you, all this sort of thing, and then you've got this guy fighting with you who suddenly makes a jerky movement. You see he's got a gun on his waist and he's moving. You take the split-second decision. You've got to take the human element into it, but they don't do that in a lot of these cases, especially some of the people reporting on it. They say, oh, well, they could have just signed, they could have done this, they could have done that. Fight and flight. When you're actually in the moment, the amount of people, they say, oh, if I was there, I would have beaten this guy up, I would have done this, I would have done that. But then they get into that situation, and they just piss themselves or they leg it. It's not the same. No one can actually judge unless you're there. You can look at the recordings, you can say what you think should have happened, and oftentimes, if it's very obvious, you can. But in cases like this, until we see the actual dash cam, the body cam. It's hard to judge really because, yeah, it could have been what it was. So just another point here, after the stream finished, there was some more videos that I watched regarding the subject and some better angles and zoom in on it, and it does look at this point like the agents did disarm him before he was shot, so it was pretty much an execution. It's not 100% yet, but it's looking pretty bad, so we'll have to listen out for what's going on, but that's the current situation, so I feel sorry for the bloke. You wake up and see this man trying to break in your window. How do you respond? Why are you filming or why are you playing? What did he say? That guy is on some shit. And you know what happens? If I was in America? Pew pew. I ain't waiting. You're there. Stop, motherfucker. And if that happened, breaks in, she gets run over. She's okay. She's standing up afterwards, but ba-dum. Don't get in. Don't get in front of the cars then. Fuck around, find out. Too true. That's another thing of it. Radical leftist protesters trying to block a driver on the road. Was the driver just... Oh, it's the same video, but from a different angle. So she's stopping him. Right, so. You got people masked up. Right? You got people... Squish. You've got people masked up. You've got people flying flags. What's going on here? You got all this shit happening, right? You've got all these people, all these protesters. They're all in front of your car. They're getting in the way. You're just trying to go where you want to go. You're just trying to get on with your life. Go where you need to go. And these people are all getting in the way. They're blocking your car. They're leaning on the front of your car. Cars which cost you a lot of your money, a lot of your stuff. So you don't want it to get fucked up. But, you know, you're fearing for yourself. All these people are now closing in on you, closing in. They're blocking your car. What are they going to do now? Are they going to smash your window? Are they going to try and drag you out? Are they going to stick there screaming at you? Why are they stopping you? You know, what's going on here? And you decide to get in the way. Runs her over. She then stands up, so she's okay. And they're yelling, what the fuck? Like, what did I do to you? You blocked my car, you leant on my car, you were damaging my property, you were in the road where you shouldn't legally be. It's against the law. I think it's jaywalking or something. So they get her up and she's okay. But, yeah. They don't stand in the fucking road. Fucking retard. In Edina, Minnesota, protesters lined up to buy salt and then return it over and over again. And there were 70 to 110 people in line doing it to make a statement to Target to stop allowing ice on their property to detain their employees and customers. What you do, you call the police, and you have the police come. And you only need to keep one police officer there, really, because they'll scatter. And then you get the police officer to go down the line to every one of these people that's buying one thing, or anyone that gets to the queue and then just wants to return it or something. Trespass, banned. They don't get to come again. This is probably their local Target. This is where they want to come back and do their shopping. Well, if you want to fuck around, get the police. Trespass warning to them, gone. They're not allowed to come back. Because they're acting like fucking retards.